Okay, well, Tatum's status right now is moving in the right direction, in a great direction. We've had 3 rounds of treatment, and she's progressively gotten better each time while we've been back to New York. Right now, we're due back in New York soon to get a follow-up evaluation to the last treatment, really give us a very accurate idea of how she's doing. But she's doing great, moving in the right direction, and we feel comfortable that right now three rounds of treatment are where we can settle into, and then we'll be able to transition into observation and evaluation here in Los Angeles. Our doctor in New York will remain our treating physician if there are any treatments that ever become necessary again in the future. But we've found the collective group of doctors that we need here in the Los Angeles area that we'll be able to transition into very soon. No, he actually has not called me related to my decision as a player. The conversations that Kobe and I have had in the last several weeks have been exclusively about our families. And I wasn't surprised when he called me about my family and my situation, but it felt great to hear from him because of our relationship. And so, because of obviously what I'm going through with our daughter, he having 2 little girls himself, I think there was just took our relationship to an even deeper level because there was just another link there, having daughters and knowing that as a dad there's almost nothing more special to you other than your wife that means the most to you is the health and the well-being of your little girl. So that's what we've exclusively talked about as we've talked in recent months and in recent weeks. Obviously, I'm aware of what he's going through and the decisions that he's making or not making, but I've always kept my comments related to that at zero because it's not my place to judge or say what's right or wrong in terms of his decisions. Well, the aspect of us having a history here in Los Angeles really factored in after we identified, Children's Hospital of Los Angeles as a place where we could get the best care. Once that happened, then of course, between Lakers and Clippers, because of the history, because of the relationship that Mitch and I and, tens and 20s of 30 people that still work here and are part of this family, the comfort level was there. But in terms of making our initial decision to, identify this city, Los Angeles came from our doctor. We got the list from him, and then from there we were able to kind of work through the different things that we wanted to identify. It's really a 3-pronged approach to finding the best place. For us, 4, because we have a treating physician in New York. You also need a pediatrician who has some experience with this, pediatric ophthalmologist, who will watch the eyes for us, and then a pediatric oncologist, who specializes in cancers for kids. So, once we identified that group, that we can find that here, then having history here in Los Angeles, period, we zeroed in here, and then from there it just became a matter of having discussions with the individual teams. Yeah, it's extremely exciting. Probably just today I'm finally getting a chance to really start to think about the basketball aspects of coming back. I've been a little guarded because of how many things have gone into getting here, not knowing if this moment would ever come. So it's exciting to think about, working with Kobe again and working alongside of him and all of the guys on the team. I think this team in the last couple of years, even though doesn't maybe feel that way, obviously for Mitch and the guys that have been here because of, spoiling themselves and ourselves in the past with winning championships, doesn't seem like there's been a great deal to be proud about. But any team that's made the playoffs in the Western Conference in the last couple of years has done a lot because the Western Conference is about as tough as it gets. And the youth that Kobe and the guys have played with and battled with, and all the injuries and key guys in and out of the lineup the last 2 years, to still make the playoffs and still be competitive in the Western Conference is phenomenal, really. So I'm looking forward to adding what I can add to the things that are already here, not feeling as though I'm an answer or a solution to anything, But hopefully just adding value, adding depth, adding experience, and allowing us to win a few more games so that we aren't a 7 or 8 seed. We're a 2, 3, 4 seed, with home court advantage in the first round, and allowing ourselves to build some momentum as we go into the postseason.